Hello, my creepies, and welcome back to the mortuary. It is I, the queen of Scream, and today, for the condensed version of Coffee Chat of Horrors, we are going to discuss The Exorcist. Oh, yes, we are. I have a lot of information for you from behind the scenes and about what happened on the set of The Exorcist and why it's considered one of the cursed films in Hollywood. So let's get in on that right meow. Hi, I am so excited. We are going to discuss The Exorcist from 1973. This is one of my main favorite good versus evil films ever made. Again, The Exorcist, filmed in 1973. Did you know that The Exorcist is based off of real life events? Yeah, William Peter Blatty first wrote his novel in 1971 of the same name based on the real life exorcism of a boy known as the pseudonym of Roland Doe. Yeah, Catholic priests at Georgetown University Hospital performed a real life exorcism on the boy. And before they were able to finish this exorcism, the boy was restrained and he was able to get out of his restraints. Somehow got a spring from inside the mattress and slashed one of the priest's arms. So they had to completely stop the exorcism. When Blatty wrote the novel, Roland's family requested that the character be changed to a girl in order to protect the boy's identity. Yep, Roland went on to live a normal, average life with no memory of the incident at all and retired decades later from NASA. Right? Isn't that crazy? So we're going to start off by discussing information on how the film was shot. So the original shooting schedule for this film was 85 days, but filming in America lasted for 224 days. So well over the 85-day goal. The producers sought out different actresses, but they really wanted Jamie Lee Curtis to audition for the role of Regan McNeil. But her mother, Janet Leigh, was like, not happening. Numerous people went for this role. It's like, no, we're not going to do it. So the producers hired on 12-year-old Linda Blair. She was brought on as the lead role, and she did a phenomenal job. Now, later on, I'm going to go over some creepy facts and what has happened to her as a actress kid on this set. Now, what I really find interesting is how they created the set and some of the behind the scenes stuff that we see, but we don't really know how they did it. So I'm going to get into that right meow. The bedroom set had to be refrigerated to capture the authentic ice breath of the actors in the exorcising scene. This meant that it had to be super cold. Linda Blair, who was only in a flimsy nightgown, says that she was not able to stand the cold. It was below 30 degrees Fahrenheit in there. Yeah, she was in a thin-ass nightgown when they performed this. Can you imagine sitting in a nightgown at 12 years old trying to do this scene? She was saying that she couldn't stand being cold and she hated every moment of it. Another scene where this I thought was funny, where Regan projectile vomits at Father Karras only required one take. And the vomit was intended to hit Jason Miller in the chest, but the plastic tubing misfired, hitting him in the face. So that reaction of disgust that you see on his face is genuine. He was shocked and disgusted while wiping away the vomit. Yeah. I know, I'm sorry to laugh at that, but that's a funny point in this film. In an interview, Miller admitted that he was pretty angry when this mistake happened. I think I would be too, but I guess it's all part of filming, of creating a film. It happens. Another part that I thought this was really cool, in the scene where Regan is on the bed, arises on the torso, on her stomach, it says, "Help me." Do you remember that part? This was achieved by constructing a foam latex replica of the actress's Linda Blair's belly and writing the words with a paintbrush and then cleaning fluid, then filming the words as they formed from the chemical reaction. Special effects artist Dick Smith then heated the forming blisters with a blow dryer, right? Causing them to deflate. When the film was run backwards, it appeared as though the words were rising out of young Regan's skin in an attempt to summon intervention, right? I thought that was super cool. Some of the things that these SFX artists and FX artists do to achieve the looks that they're going for. And this is 1973. I think this is amazing. To get real authentic reactions, William, the director, he did a lot of unnice things to his cast and crew, and he did. One of the things that he did to get genuine reactions was he fired an actual gun to get an authentic reaction from Jason Miller, who played Father Karras. Yeah. That was one of the things. Another one was in the scene where Regan throws her mother out of the room, like a back and against the wall. The actress was tied around the waist with a rope, and there was a guy holding it. And William stated to him that he wants this to look real, so to tug on it hard. The actress playing the mom had no idea. And when the guy behind tugged on it really hard, it jerked her all the way back. She hurt her spine, her hips, and she hit her head. So she had some physical damage done, but not only physical damage, she also had some emotional damage from that. Yeah, that wasn't too nice of him either. But here's a really cool part as well with the actress, Mercedes McCambridge. She provided the voice of the demon, Pazuzu. And instead, she insisted on swallowing raw eggs and chain smoking to alter her vocalizations so she can sound more raspy and demonic. I couldn't imagine drinking raw eggs, swallowing that nasty, slimy stuff. Not at all. Couldn't do it. And then chain smoking. And we all know what happens to your voice when you have a lot of smoke, whether it's you're inhaling fog machine stuff or you're smoking a cigarette, any kind of vapors. It gives it that raspy part. But I would think it also damages vocal cords. I'm not a doctor, so I don't really know. Another cool thing, a little information here, is the contortionist, Linda R. Hager. She was hired to perform the famous spider walk scene. You remember that scene? That was filmed on April 11th, 1973. And she had wires attached to her. And she barely touched the ground with her toes and fingers. So she did the spider walk backwards. She contorted herself backwards, which is creepy to the natural eye anyway, because our bodies don't naturally move that way. And the cords, the wires that held her up, helped her stay a little above the floor. So it looked really creepy. Do you know that scene was removed by William before the theatrical release, so that when you seen this film in the movie theaters in 1973, you didn't have that scene? Yeah. William Friedkin deleted the scene, and what he was saying was that he felt it was too much of an effect because it appeared so early in the film. He later admitted that another reason for omitting the scene was that there was no way he could hide the wires from view at the time. So almost 30 years later, Friedkin changed his mind and added the scenes back for the extended 2000 version, where the wires were digitally removed. Did you know that? I wondered, is anybody watching this that actually seen the film in 1973 in a theater? If you did, please let me know. I would really like to talk to you about that. I really wish that I was alive and around to see this film in 1973 in the theaters. I think that would have been friggin' fabulous. This is one of the films that if I could go back in time to see, would be the one I would see. Now, on the first day of filming the exorcism sequence, Linda Blair's delivery of the foul-mouthed dialogue, you know, the whole cursing and all that stuff, well, Max von Sydow was so disturbed by her foul-mouthed line that he completely forgot his lines. I thought that was hilarious. Poor guy. Now I'm going to get into some really fun and creepy, disturbing facts of this film. Yeah, there is a lot. There is a ton of creepy facts for this film. I also want to tell you that there is a great documentary, 2 documentaries on a streaming platform called Shudder, Shudder. In the descriptions down below, I will add all the information so you can check it out for yourself. So let's get into this. Blair violently thrashes around on a levitating bed. That is another famous scene that stays burnt into your psyche. And when that was happening, she was in a lot of pain because the mechanical suit, the mechanical apparatus that she was in had a failure. And while they were filming, she sustained a slight fracture on her spine and then later developed scoliosis due to this. The anguish and pain and the screaming that you see on Regan's face and hear, that is actually Linda Blair in extreme pain. She was flip-flopping back on the bed numerous times in pain. I couldn't imagine. My heart, breaks knowing that this 12-year-old girl went through this kind of horrific thing. It's really sad. Linda Blair has, in interviews, has stated that she has a lot of PTSD and trauma from the making of this film, which really sucks. Another really creepy fact in this one is shooting was delayed after the set caught fire, destroying what was supposed to be the McNeil's home. Director William Friedkin blamed the incident on a winged, I can't speak English today, creature with talons. It seemed a pigeon had found its way into one of the circuit boxes, which caused the fire. However, the fact that Regan's room was unharmed by the fire is still pretty creepy. And do you know that this set, the day of, was blessed by an actual priest, and then it caught fire? That is a creepy fact. Also, Jack McGowan and Vasilik Malaros both died while the film was in post-production. What makes their deaths strange is that their characters died in the film as well. Other deaths that occurred during the filming of The Exorcist include Linda Blair's grandfather and Max von Sydow's brother, who died on Max's first day of shooting. Also, while filming, the son of Jason Miller, who played Father Damien Karras, was nearly killed when a motorcycle hit him. Now, we have heard numerous times that this film and this set has been cursed because of whatever reasons or because of the content that it's going on about. What do you believe? Do you believe that this set was cursed? I would really like to know down below in the comments. Personally, with everything that went on with this movie, I think it was cursed. Like, what? So many things happened in this film. Also, in 1987, actress Mercedes McCambridge, who played the demonic voice of Pazuzu, was a victim of a horrific tragedy when her son murdered his wife and children before taking his own life. I know it happened down the road, but still, that's kind of freaky. And the controversy around this film is insane. There was numerous controversy on this film, especially when it was released in theaters. At one point of the showing, a woman who was in the movie theater was so frightened that she passed out in theaters and broke her jaw when she fell. She later sued the filmmakers and suggested that the subliminal messages caused the accident. Yeah, Warner Brothers did settle out of court for an undisclosed amount of money. But since we're talking about this subject, let's get into what happened when this movie hit the theaters. Yeah, there's lots of things. This movie was banned in the United Kingdom. It was banned in other countries. The original trailer for this, which consisted of nothing but images of a white-faced demon quickly flashing in and out in the darkness, that was banned in many theaters as it was deemed too frightening. I don't know if you have seen it. I'm going to show you right now what this is. Yeah. So go take a look for yourself. Let me know if you find the original the original teaser for this trailer frightening. I didn't, but I guess subliminally back then it would be kind of frightening. When this originally released in the United Kingdom, a number of town councils imposed a complete ban on showing this film. This led to a really bizarre spectacle of the Exorcist bus trips. So if you're in the United Kingdom around this time, especially 1974, because I believe that's when this was released, you would have been able to take a tour bus of the Exorcist bus trip, where enterprising travel companies organized buses to take groups to the nearest town where the film was showing. I thought that was kind of cool. Also, upon its theatrical release, the film affected many audiences so strongly that many theaters had paramedics outside and ambulances waiting to treat people who fainted or had other hysterics. This is a true thing. This is actually theaters had these things lined up. This movie was so, I can't even put it to you guys, it was so friggin' controversial of its time. And the poor Linda Blair, and I say poor Linda Blair because she just went through a lot as a 12-year-old child. She also received death threats from religious zealots who believed that this film glorified Satan. And Warner Brothers had to hire bodyguards to protect a 12-year-old girl for 6 months after this film was released. What is wrong with people? This is a 12-year-old girl. It is a movie. It is technically a film of fiction. I mean, come on, this is a movie. And I gather, you have religious zealots all over the place, and you still have them to this day. But come on, people. Did you also know that this horror film was the first horror film to be nominated for an Academy Award Best Picture? Yep. And back in the day when you seen this movie in the theaters, if you were one of the lucky ones to go and see it, the movie theaters actually handed out barf bags individually to people who came in to see the film. If you've seen this film and still have that barf bag, I want to see a picture of it. Let me know. I really wish movies still did some of these things and hand out barf bags and to hype shit up, you know what I mean? To make it a little more like, oh my God, this movie is going to be crazy. They don't do that anymore. I really wish they brought that back. Also, this is one of the Warner Brothers' highest grossing films of all time, especially if you adjust it for inflation. If adjusted for inflation, this would be the highest grossing R-rated film of all time. And one last tidbit before I get the hell out of here and run back to my crypt. Do you know the name of the demon is never stated in the movie? No. The name of the demon in the Exorcist film is Pazuzu. Never actually stated. Yeah. If you don't believe me, go watch the film again. And you can also watch the theatrical release to see what was removed from the film. And then I would suggest watching the extended cut and the director's commentary. I will also suggest and recommend you go down below in the links and click on the documentaries if you enjoyed this. Now, if you enjoyed this film, please let me know. If you enjoyed this video that I created here for you today, let me know in the comments. If you haven't seen this film, why not? And if you plan on seeing it, definitely check it out. Check out the extended version. And if you have seen it, let me know what you thought of this film. And you know the drill. Stab that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Slash that like button. Give me some love. Give me some love. And share this video with your friends. Until next time, my creepies, stay creepy. And I will slash us all later. Bye-bye.